What's going on, YouTube? Gorby here with
Earth Power.
on channel Earth Power, bringing you guys a match. Today we have myself on the left in the pink sleeves using MegaBugs featuring Cyberscamp, aka
Seafood.
Shouts out to Ruben Bressler. And we have Earth Power on the right using
Running Firewater Tempo Aggro. I don't know what I'm calling it yet, but maybe you guys can come up with a name. Put it in the comments down below. Let us know what you think. So, deck profile for the Firelight or Firewater deck coming up tomorrow.
Indeed.
So stay on the lookout for that. And the Bugs deck is pretty standard. It's just the same deck I was pretty much running at Gen Con plus 3 Cyber Scamps.
Yeah.
Like taking out a couple cards here and there. I think I dropped bottles and like another card. So
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Here we go on the dice roll. You can see Earth Power's big green sack.
That's glorious.
And we just do an even or odd roll. He called odd, and it turned up 6. So I will be on the play here for our first game. Starting off with the multi-civ, always something you want to try to do with bugs if you can. Just because there are a good number of multi-civs, and it's not like super crucial. You don't get mana screwed a lot, but it's just nice to sort of have that like out of the way when you can.
Yeah. And that's what I try to do too, because I mean progressions are important, and if those multi-civs get in the way on your turns 3 through 4, it can be very detrimental, especially against like tempo decks like this, tempo/rush decks. Mm-hmm. And you'll see that I start to pretty much just play Mana Fire here.
Yeah. I unfortunately don't have a turn 2 play, no Aqua Strider, no Mana Pod Beetle for me, no Cyber Scamp either. But I do have the turn 3 Mana Tick, so I get to dig a little bit.
Yeah. Really could have used a Sword Horn there.
Yeah. Sword Horn would have been ideal, so I don't have to crash.
Yeah.
With the Dragon Weaponsmith. But as you'll see in just a couple seconds, that's kind of a non-issue.
Yeah, Mana Tick, Bug Buddies for another Mana Tick.
Yep.
So.
Just so I can dig a little deeper.
Get your MegaBugs on.
I believe Hive Queen was in that first pickup, but I already had one in hand, so I figured digging a little deeper, trying to get something like a Homunculon would be more beneficial.
Yeah.
But there's Laser Arm. I'm already down 2 shields. Already kind of backpedaling a little bit.
Yeah, and there's not even really an answer that this deck has for it other than to bounce it right here.
Yeah.
And just kind of delay the inevitable.
Yeah, I have a turn where he's not going to be breaking any shields, hopefully, if he doesn't have Bodyguard into the Laser Arm or Sprite the Neuron.
But I do have 2 of the Flame Vents.
Vent Diva.
Yep.
Holy Diva!
Drop that guy. It's also a Draken, which is the initial reason for this deck. Like, I saw that guy and was just like, oh, it's a Drakon, and it's also got the Water Civ, and I did Firewater once, and so did you too. You ran Firewater at one point.
Yeah, during the Rise meta.
Yeah, and with all the Neuron stuff, you can make it kind of cool. Neuron's a very good card this meta, thus far as it's proving to be. So
now, right there was kind of a misstep for me. I should have, because I have just enough bugs on board, I don't have to worry about him killing my Evo bait for the Hive Queen that will come down turn 6.
Yep.
I should have broken 2 shields, so I could have tried to set myself up
4 game.
4 game.
Next turn, because it would have forced me to attack both of his creatures, which is ideal for him, because then he could just Hive Queen and kill one next turn and still have 3 shields.
Yeah, so. I would be in a much better position, but now I have 4 creatures, no shields, and just a Hive Queen to kind of dirtle around with.
Yeah. Granted, I do run some Defensive Blast in the Surge there, the Scalding Surge.
Scalding Surge, yes.
Yeah. So, very cool card. Good last-minute decision by your boy, Gorby.
Indeed. But I think what this ends up coming down to is me needing to drop Hive Queen, kill the Laser Arm, and then hit some sort of removal off the top to put that Flame Vent Diver back into Carl's hand.
Yes.
Because he has 2 cards in hand, can potentially just have the Evo. If he has the Evo, he has the Evo. Like, that's just kind of where I am right now. But if I can bounce it, he'll just have to play the Evo and win. But ideally, it's Homunculon, so I can just outright kill it.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm waiting for him to show, and I just reveal the Heal Flame.
Yeah, he just reveals the Heal Flame, and that's that.
Yep. So, fun game 1. Running a little bit of Red Rush here, featuring water.
Yep.
So, exciting. I'm running a really cool card in here, Flame Spitter. One of my one of my favorite cards to come out of this set. I love the art. I love the idea of the effect being a seneschal that
Fast
comes out
attacks.
fast. Yeah, so really cool card. Hoping to
Showcase it a little bit.
showcase it a little bit here, but we'll see. Shout outs to Ultra Pro for being an amazing sponsor.
Oh, indeed. Can't wait to use those fresh mats at KMC ARG
Oh yes, we'll be there.
in Medina, Ohio. Scenic Medina, Ohio.
Actually, it's going to be in Archon.
Oh, no. Akron?
Akron. What'd I say?
Archon?
Well,
I don't know if there is an Archon, Ohio. If there is, and you people are watching there, I'm sorry. But I know there's an Akron, Ohio, because my granddad was born there.
Gotcha. I thought it was ARKON.
Oh, well, it's Akron.
Okay. Well, then there you go. It's in Akron, Ohio, because they moved it. They have a bigger facility there, so.
Oh, cool. Well, then we'll be there.
Yep.
You know, Team Peach out in full force. It'll be fun, fun, fun. So we set up Shield for Game 2. Shields up! And we're going to get things going a little bit. You know, it's obviously the same sort of objective as last time. I do believe this game I have the turn 2 play, which is kind of nice to help stave off some of that aggression.
And that's what you want ideally. I think Bugs at this point, we're running 3 Striders, so
Yeah.
like it's really, you need it for the rush matchup and having the progressions and getting Swordhorn on turn 3. That's the one that's crucial. Like, you can drop the turn 2 mana pod
Yeah.
or the turn 2 whatever, like, and that's fine. But the turn 3 Swordhorn right there is definitely the most vital part of this mission. Like, if you don't have that, you just don't have a good time. Like, I could drop Laser Arm next turn and just kind of.
I debate going in there. I just don't want to give him the Evo at that point.
Then I mean,
sure, yeah, he has it regardless. But the more beneficial thing for me to do would be to wait until he swings with the Weaponsmith so I can crash with it.
Yep.
And then I still get my mana. He's down a creature. So, you know, I sort of put it on hold there. He hits 2 blasts. I believe, you know, there's the 1 bottle. And when you get 2 blasts like that, you should always just bottle first.
To make sure it's
just to make sure you're not going to hit what the other blast would have already done for you.
Yeah.
And I believe the second blast was Root Trap. And
which you opted.
I opted to hold because I hit the Strider, so I knew I was pretty much safe from the Weaponsmith at that point. And I just kind of needed it to help even out my hand. I was getting a little bit clogged with multi-civs, and I needed to be able to play out my progressions up through turn, I believe it was 5 or 6.
Right.
Where I eventually it catches up with me, and I just kind of get a little screwed.
Yeah, and normally leaving a creature like that on board isn't ideal, but hitting the Strider off bottle does help.
Yeah.
And having the creature to revenge the Laser Arm, that is just, like, you're in a good position.
Yeah, I'm in a very solid position right now.
So the Root Trap didn't hurt too bad.
Yeah.
Or keeping the Root Trap didn't hurt. And now you've just got a good mana choice should you pick up the Homunculon here, which you,
I forget to grab my 4th, and I just grabbed the Homunculon.
Yeah. You saw what you needed, so
yeah.
Who needs more? Why need more?
And yep, there goes Laser Arm.
See you later.
Excuse
me. So here I'm in a serious disadvantage. You still have 3 shields, and I have to get rid of them all and hopefully have game on board within the next 2 turns, because the minute you drop Hive Queen and decide to go in, I'm going to lose.
Yeah, it's just going to be, it spells trouble instantly.
Yeah.
So he has the Rusalka. He can just pick away at a shield if he so chooses. Opts to go for the Swordhorn, which is the correct play.
Yeah, get rid of the body.
Yeah.
The blocker I can
Swordhorn's a
deal
lot
with.
more dangerous.
And I'm running Neuron, so Neuron doesn't really care about that one too much.
And I Homunculon to tap down the
Weaponsmith.
The Weaponsmith. Power up my mana tick and just kill it outright. I'm not particularly worried about the mana right now. Although in retrospect I probably should have been.
Yeah.
Because my goal on turn 6 was to drop double Swordhorn. I'm sitting on 2 in my hand, or 3 at that point in my hand. But
you have to drop the Strider in mana.
Yeah, which in retrospect, what I should have done was just play Swordhorn Strider because the blocker's more valuable.
Yep.
But instead, I just play the 1 Swordhorn because I want to drop the other 2 the next turn.
You just have a solid footing for going to game.
Yeah.
Because ideally, you've got game on board at this point. Like that's what you hope. There's not much I can do to that field, especially since you have a blocker as well.
Mm-hmm.
And with 5 mana, there's just not a lot I can do outside of maybe drop an Evo, which I actually do. There's Scamp. Look at him.
He's so cute.
So.
And he just kills my homunculon.
And now I just have to hope on a surge.
Yeah.
So.
Which.
Running 2, that's.
Yeah. It's not exactly the best thing to hope for.
But
I mean,
it's all
doable.
I have to hope for.
And I topped the Hive Queen.
So tears.
So tears for everybody.
And I'm just
break my 2. Don't even worry about grabbing what I...
Yeah. Yeah, Metapod.
Yep.
So, tears. Hey, look, Flame Spitter. It's in my hand.
It was coming, eventually.
Yeah.
It's just that Strider.
You've given me like 3 or 4 turns to set up.
Yep.
Flame Spitter's so cool.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get to see it a little bit in Game 3. Spoilers, we don't.
Yeah, no, there's just no Flame Spitter action going on at all.
We'll get there eventually. We keep at least one of these fun decks put together at all times, just because we like to try to test out wacky things.
And I do like this deck. I mean, we built it at the end of our testing session, and I mean, ideally, I'd like to test it some more. It's fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's fun. It might have some viability. I mean, it's just
it does everything Blurple can do, and then
but with a double breaker on turn 3
with a more rushier aspect in the fire section. The only thing I don't like is that it is 8 evolutions, 2 Dendrite, 3 Neuron, 3 Laser Arm. So,
but the evolutions are too good that you kind of have to run them.
Yeah.
Dendrite is just
the nuts.
A baller.
Yeah, and you guys will get an explanation of this deck in the deck profile tomorrow, so stay on the lookout for that.
We shuffle up and go into Game 3. Yeah.
This is gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah. If I remember correctly, Game 3 was kind of a slobber knocker.
Oh, technical term.
Yep.
Decided to throw Flame Vent down early. And I actually make a couple of mana mistakes here, but I mean, it's nothing too detrimental. I had other options, but I think at this point I put down another 2-drop in Weaponsmith. Yeah. When I should have just held on to it because I dropped the 2-drop here in Scamp. And then I think I've got... I can't remember what my turn 3 play is, but my turn 3 play is something, and then I could have had 2 2-drops to play on turn 4, but putting that Weaponsmith down kind of screwed me up. So there goes
Dendrite. The Dendrite. There's Trader.
Yep.
Yeah, because I believe your turn 4 play was another Scamp, if I remember correctly.
I can't quite remember what it was.
I remember looking at... I don't remember, because, I mean, after grinding all day like this, the games are starting to run together a little bit. But I distinctly remember at some point looking at 2 Scamps and a Trader on board.
And you can see there with the Trader, I drew a card and discarded another Weaponsmith. So start out with a ton of 2-drops, and don't quite get to utilize that on turn 4. So at least the ones that I want to utilize.
I'm at 3 mana here, and I'm debating between Manatic and Swordhorn, but I end up deciding for the Swordhorn. I need the bigger body. I can't afford to not have board presence right now.
Yeah, because if I drop the evolution, you have to be able to revenge it immediately.
Yeah. I mean, setting up is nice, but it's not something you can do.
So, I mean, I guess I have the turn 4 Laser Arm, but that's only because I drew into the 1-drop, so...
I have to Storm Spark here, just to save my last 2 shields. Unfortunately, it does give Carl another body in that Scamp.
Yay, Scamp!
Finally doing things.
It's doing something. Yeah, Scamp doesn't get featured too much in the bug stack here, just because I'm not running hardly any spells. So it doesn't get to do too much. It's more of a anti-control card.
Yeah. It's still really good. I mean,
does some cool stuff here. I mean, it gives me that extra body. So
I'm trying to draw 2 cards and just blatantly cheat.
Yeah, because with Scamp's ability there, even if you kill the Laser Arm, I've still got game on board. You have to do something else. So and playing any sort of other spell would just lead me to get another Scamp. So
I've got the other Swordhorn, but without a blocker, I have to rely on the Blast. I have to.
Yep.
Which is never good.
Really wanting to top Flame Spitter there, but tears.
Tears for everybody.
Yeah, it's a Neuron though.
There's the Neuron, and there's the last shield, and that is the game.
Woo! So
dead by turn 4.
Yeah, man. Gotta love it.
Struggle.
And here's me looking for a Flame Spitter.
Find it 4 cards down.
Yep. Yay. So, good game. I enjoyed it.
Indeed. Me too.
There it is.
Woo!
We're good
Sportsmanlike conduct.
Oh, indeed. So stay on the lookout for blog-type things going on with Ohio, some feature matches probably, and some more fun stuff coming out of that. Deck profile for the Firewater deck tomorrow, and my awful slide.
That was amazing.
Yeah. And other than that, I think that's it. So check out social links below, Facebook, Twitter, all that fun stuff. And
all of it.
hopefully, guys, we'll see you next time.
Peach.